Hey all, it's Billy again. Right, I'm going to be making some small changes to the channel. Not that it fucking matters at this stage, but the Late to the Game series, I've realised that trying to complete 2 games in a week is fucking insane. And it means it's going to limit myself from playing some of the larger games out there that I'm quite interested in. And I also watched a shitload of speedruns of Dark Souls 1 and the series and was like, hang on one second, I need to go back and finish these games, so that is what I'm currently doing. So the Late to the Game, what I'm going to do now is have it so that I do a weekly update on it until I'm finished, and then do sort of a summarisation of all my thoughts of the actual game. So this is going to be my update for Dark Souls 1. As of yet, I'm quite enjoying this game. I've tried to play this game 3 to 4 times and bounced off it every single time, and just not really clicked what this game is about. But after watching a bit of gameplay online and then trying not to spoil too much for myself, I decided to jump back in because it is such a it's highly regarded, this series, and highly regarded by people that I respect a lot, pay a lot of attention to their content. So I've gone back into Dark Souls 1 to see if I can get a bit further, and I'm finding it a little easier this time. Not the game itself. The game itself is still hard. Just how you need to approach the actual game. No. How you actually need to approach the gameplay and sort of the exploration of it, especially in 1 anyway. I can't really say for the later games, but 1, it has a centralised area which you can sort of go around and see a lot of very early on, and that's what I've been doing. Sort of, if I've got a bit stuck, I've tried to traverse into another area. I've sort of understood how the boss fighting works a bit better, and the mechanics of sort of weight. I've decided to go for a lot more of a lightweight approach to it all. I did also... a new player wouldn't know how to get this sword, which is the Drake sword, which I went and got as well, because it's a very good starting game weapon, but I know it doesn't scale very much till late game. So yeah, I'm sort of hoping to actually play through this game and see it all for once. I'm currently, I think, about 5 hours in, which is fucking ridiculous, because when you watch a speedrunner, I don't know what I expected, but people were in this area within 5 minutes of the game. It's taken me 5 hours or thereabouts, so yeah, I'm probably good. As far as oh fuck, I did that wrong. As far as I'm aware, for me this game could take up to 50 hours or so, and that's part of the reason I don't want to try and do it all in one sitting in 1 week, but I don't want to limit myself by not playing these sorts of games. Especially games, such huge titles and series that I have missed out on. Probably to talk a little bit about the game, and this is what I'll do: is the initial video I'll talk about what the game actually is, and then the later video the later videos I'll fill in sort of how I'm feeling, how it's going, and then the last video I'll try and summarise my thoughts in a bit more of a concise way. Yeah, Dark Souls is a game from Software, and it's known as being ridiculously difficult. And I can see why that is a concept, and it is something where you do die a lot. This is my method of getting rid of this guy, and it does definitely have a high difficulty spike, and I always was under the impression that this game didn't really respect your time, because you just have to sort of keep trying things. But actually learning... He does stop doing this after a while. Actually learning the mechanics and sort of the processes of playing this game have been highly enjoyable so far. It's very much a combat focused game, and it's probably best showing it off against other human like enemies. My shield seems to be doing shit today. It's very much a sparring like game. You can have various different armors, weapons. Each of the weapons do different things, different sort of attacks. What I'm trying to do here on this guy, and one of the reasons I'm going for high movement, is so I can get round the back of him, like so, which does critical damage. You can also get a couple of extra hits in here. If you notice there as well, I managed to dodge through his sword attack, which is another key component of this game. Is people probably already know this, but another key component of this game is your dodges having invincibility frames. So yeah, I suppose apart from the combat and things like that, the other thing I really want to talk about when it comes to this game is the difficulty, where that comes from, and things like that. And the difficulty, yeah, it comes from the combat. But every time you die, if you notice in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, I have a number there, and that's my soul count. This is what you use to buy items, level up, all these things. Every time I die, I lose all of these, with the chance of being able to retrieve them later on. This guy's a bit tricky because he can kill me quite quickly. And that leads you to having to... See, I'm again trying to get backstabs where I can. Like that. That leads you to sort of having to try areas again and again, because dying is common. You know, I've see what I mean by him being able to do a lot of damage. Like, yeah, it leaves you having to sort of try areas again and again and really try and learn them. Yeah, that does sometimes happen. The AI is not perfect in this game. I might try and put a clip in. There's an early boss in this game that I prepped for it. You know, I used one of my things that will... I think I said the wrong thing to this guy, because there's now a load of him attacking me up here. Oh, chest. I'll have to go around and get that. So yeah, you lose all your souls anyway, and it leads you to just keep good traversing. And you can retain your souls if you go back to the area where you died, and pick them up. Stone. Let's have a look at that. So this is your equipment. Each thing has various things to it. You know, it will do well against certain things and bad against other things. But a lot of what I've been focuses on is weight. So my current weight on my helmet is 2.6. The weight of the new helmet I've just picked up is 6.8. So I'll show you actually here. If I were to put on my new uniform, I move a lot slower. The rolls are a lot slower as well, if you notice, whereas the rolls with the other character are quite quick. I might try this out for a little bit, but this hasn't been the way I've been playing at all. The other thing to note about this game is how obscure the story is. You are initially told to go and ring 2 bells. I'm not used to wearing this armour. 2 bells and something will happen. There's a bit of a story beforehand, but it's all very sort of fantasy-centric lore that it's not overbearing at all. And honestly, a lot of it you just sort of pick up from the world around you. And as far as I'm aware, the lore of this game is very deep and interesting. But for me, I've been trying to pay attention to it. Like this item here, I've been trying to read sort of the information about it. The helm is imbued with magic. I wonder what that means. It's also another one of these games where you can often find... Am I going to take damage from that? I better go around this way. I think there's a boss here, which is another key focus of this game, and something that is picked up on by a lot of people are the boss battles. They're very difficult. It's sort of about pattern recognition and sort of knowing what to do and when in the fights. This is actually one of the more interesting boss fights. I only saw this because of a speedrun I was watching the other day, which again is ridiculous. How quick the people beat these fights is insane. But this is a boss. So I'll show off what the bosses are like in this game. I mean, people probably already know. I sort of go into my personal opinions on these games. I do love the bosses. I do like the combat in general, and it's actually what's keeping me playing a lot of the time. It's just slowly progressing through the game. What's that do? Oh, cool. I'll take that for now. Boost critical attacks. So I'm still rolling like that. So yeah, we'll watch this. Yeah, I bounced off this game multiple times in the past, which is... yeah, the bosses are weird. Let's see how we do. So blocking's not the answer. Can I get far enough away to drink? No. Completely mistimed that. I'm not used to fighting this armor at all. See how little damage I'm doing. Sorry, I'm having to concentrate a little bit here. I don't think I'm going to win this fight. Often is the way in this game. Is you don't win fights particularly. Not the first time. Yeah, I've bounced off this game multiple times. I've always enjoyed it in the past. I've even played a bit of Dark Souls 3, which is the more recent release, and I did enjoy that as well. But I never found myself getting absorbed into it like I'm going to change my equipment. I probably get better armor than this stuff, but it's doing what I need for now. Eastern, what's that? Have I got Eastern full? So it's a lot heavier, but it might not be as heavy as what I was just wearing. 3.7, so that's not much heavier. Okay, I kind of like this. This seems like a good idea. A bit of an upgrade in regards to what I'm wearing. It is cool looking as well. Yeah, I bounced off this game multiple times, and I suppose that's an interesting thing to sort of talk about. Because again, I know it's quite a highly regarded game, but I think the setting just didn't quite do it for me. This sort of fantasy setting, and also with the story being so obfuscated and hidden away, I much prefer storytelling that's a bit more in your face and something you can follow. And it's taken me a while to get used to a different form of storytelling, to be honest, and trying to pay attention to the lore in a different way. I don't really know what's made me pick it up and appreciate this game a bit more this time. I don't know if it's just sheer determination or just a want to experience this game for myself. I might just see if I can run directly to the boss this time. Oh fuck, I try and kill one of them one at a time. I've had a nightmare with these plants before. But yeah, I do find the world and the setting a lot more interesting. I think the thing that clicked for me in regards to that was realising how interconnected it all is, and realising that how it all builds up into one sort of not one world, but one cohesive place, even though the areas are very different. So you have this wooded area here, but it doesn't feel like you're sort of suddenly appearing here. It feels like you've worked your way here. Which I do like, and I do like the lack of story now. It allows you to sort of fill in the gaps in your mind. Like, I do not know why these guys are here. Running is a very valid thing to do in this game. Yeah, I don't know why these guys are here and what their sort of place in this world is, but there might be a bit of lore that adds to that, or you know, you'll look at an item description and it'll sort of describe a a certain area or a certain old kingdom or a certain bit of information that adds to it. As I say, I'm not particularly deep with it all, but I do quite like it. And the biggest thing for me, as I said, is the gameplay is just solid. I have to say, like, 3 is better, but hey, they've had a few times to iterate since then. So we'll see if we can have another shot at this boss and have another crack. I wonder if he's just up and fighting this time without the cutscene. Yeah. See, I want to try and get my souls if I can. I don't know if this is a wise thing to be doing, running directly away from a very quick boss. But I want these. See, that's my souls that I lost last time. Okay, I'm dead. That'll be enough to sort of show off where I am at in the game and what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll catch up in a week again and sort of show you where I've gone, what I've done, and how I'm a bit better and where I'm at with it all. Yeah, see you in a bit.